A very good evening to all of you. Today we are going to do the MCQ challenge of the very important subject preventive and social medicine. This subject is quite important because it carries a good weightage of 30 questions in the NEET PG exam and about 25 questions in the INSCT exam. So let us begin with the first question. Savlon contains A. Cetrimide plus chlorhexidine, B. Cetrimide plus chlorhexidine plus butyl alcohol, C. Cetrimide plus butyl alcohol. D. Cetrimide plus cetavol. What do you think is the correct answer here? You can, from the image, you can get the clue of the correct answer. See carefully what is there in the image: chlorhexidine and cetrimide. So the correct answer here is cetrimide plus chlorhexidine. Savlon contains chlorhexidine gluconate and cetrimide solution, that is cetavlon in various percentage. If it is Savlon liquid antiseptic, then the chlorhexidine gluconate is 1.5% and cetrimide is 3%. If it is Savlon cream, then chlorhexidine uh, is 0.1% and cetrimide 0.5%. If it is Savlon hospital concentrate, then chlorhexidine gluconate is in a higher percentage, 7.5%, and cetrimide 15%. Other antiseptics and disinfectant of importance are betadine. Betadine contains povidone, that is polyvinyl pyrrolidine iodine. Dettol contains chloroxylenol 4.8% in 9% terminol and 13% alcohol. Dakin solution contains diluted sodium hydrochloride solution buffered with boric acid. Available chlorine is 0.5%. What is Eosol? Eosol is solution of chlorinated lime 1.5 to 25% boric acid and 0.4% available fluorine. So the correct answer here is A. Please click the link in the description box to join the 2-day NEET PG Breakthrough Blueprint Masterclass. It covers all the 19 subjects in a holistic manner. It will be very beneficial for you. Identify the vector and figure. A. Louse. B. Soft tick. C. Culex mosquito. D. Sandfly. Savlon, this side vector is A. Louse. B. Soft tick. C. Culex mosquito. You can see clearly it is the louse. Which of the following trace element has vitamin E-like action? A. Selenium. B. Geomycin. C. Copper. D. Zinc. Selenium has a vitamin E-like action. Selenium deficiency causes Cashion's disease. Cashion's disease is a cardiomyopathy endemic in China. What is Kashin-Beg disease? Kashin-Beg disease is endemic osteoarthritis. Human milk is rich in copper, selenium, and cobalt, but human milk contains less sodium. The item shown in the figure is, look at it very carefully. Well, it measures the mid-arm circumference. Red means 0 to 11.5, yellow means 11.5 to 12.5 centimeter, and green means above to 12.5 centimeter. Well, it is a Shakir's tape. The correct answer here is A. Shakir's tape. So the correct answer here is Shakir's tape. Cluster testing technique is useful in which of the following conditions? A. Sexually transmitted disease. B. Poliomyelitis. C. Measles. D. Smallpox. Well, it is useful in sexually transmitted diseases. Which of the following is false about intrauterine devices? A. Multi-load CU375 is a third generation intrauterine device. B. Copper devices are effective as postcoital contraceptive. LNG-20 Mirena has an effective life of 5 years. Pregnancy rate of lipase loop and is are similar. So this multi-load CU375 is a newer copper intrauterine device. The copper device comprises the second generation IUDs. The non-medicated inert device are the first generation IUDs, and hormone-releasing IUDs are the third generation IUDs. So the correct answer here is A. The number of Anganwadi workers supervised by Mukhya Sevika is A 10, B 15, C 25, D 30. This Mukhya Sevika is a middle level supervisor. She supervises 20 to 25 Anganwadi workers. She is required to be a graduate in social work or home science or a related field. She is trained for about 3 months. So the correct answer here is C 25. Mini Mata disease. You must have heard about this. Is caused by toxicity of A. Arsenic, B. Antimony, C. Lead, D. Mercury. It is caused by mercury. A significant example of mercury exposure affecting public health occurred in Minamata, Japan between 1932 and 1968, where a factory producing acetic acid discharged waste liquid into Minamata Bay. The discharge included high concentration of methyl mercury. The bay was rich in fish and shellfish, providing the main local livelihood of the local residents and fishermen from other areas. For many years, no one realized that the fish were contaminated with mercury and that it was causing a strange disease in local community and in other districts. At least 50,000 people were affected to some extent and more than 2,000 cases of Minamata were certified. Minamata disease peaked in 1950s with several cases, severe cases suffering brain damage, paralysis, incoherent speech, and delirium. So the correct answer is mercury. International Red Cross was founded by A. Henry Donant, B. John D. Rockefeller, C. Marie Curie, D. None of the above. The correct answer here is A. Henry Donant. Click the link in the description box to join the 2-day Neet PG Breakthrough Blueprint Masterclass. It is a thorough masterclass covering all the 19 subjects in a holistic manner. It will be very beneficial for you. The first 10 people who click the link in the description box will get the masterclass absolutely free. Swajal Dhara program is associated with A. Provision of safe drinking water, B. Provision of food supplement for destitute women, C. Provision of relief for victims of sexual abuse, D. Provision of health care for sick tribals. It is A. Provision of safe drinking water. So the correct answer here is A. Which of the following screening method is used under RNTCP? A. Active, B. Passive, C. Mass, D. All. Under RNTCP, active case finding is never pursued. Case finding in case of RNTCP is passive. Patient presenting themselves with symptoms suggesting tuberculosis are screened with two sputum smear examinations. So it is B. Passive. Dose of oseltamivir in a child aged 9 months is A. 2 mg per kg twice daily for 5 days, B. 2.5 mg per kg twice daily for 5 days, C. 3 mg per kg twice daily for 5 days, and D. 3.5 mg per kg twice daily for 5 days. It is D. Rotavirus vaccine dosage should not be initiated beyond which age to prevent complication? A. 6 weeks, B. 10 weeks, C. 12 weeks, and D. 32 weeks. It is 12 weeks. Two live attenuated oral rotavirus vaccine have been licensed for use. They are Rotatec and Rotarix. The first dose of these vaccines should be given no later than 12 weeks. In case of Rotarix, vaccination must be completed by 24 weeks. In case of Rotarix, the last dose of vaccine should be administered by 32 weeks. Risk of interception increase if the first dose is administered beyond 12 weeks. So the correct answer here is C. Dukoral is a oral cholera vaccine. As you can see from the image, it is oral cholera vaccine. Dukoral is a monovalent cholera vaccine based on formalin and heat-killed whole cells of Vibrio cholerae 01 plus recombinant cholera toxin B subunit. Being's model of disease causation does not include A. Spiritual factor, B. Social factor, C. Religious factor, D. Nutritional factor. What is Being's model? B for biological factor and behavioral factor, E for environmental factor, I for immunological factor, N for nutritional factor, G for genetic factor, S for service, social, and spiritual factor. So the correct answer here is C. Religious factor. Iodized salt in iodine deficiency control program is A. Primary prevention, B. Secondary prevention, C. Tertiary prevention, and D. None. It is a form of primary prevention. Fortification of food. Fortification of food. Iodized salt is primary prevention. Primary prevention has two main components: health promotion, specific protection. So it is primary prevention. A person lost his leg in an accident, because of which he is not able to walk. This is A. Disease, B. Disability, C. Impairment, D. Handicap. The question is that it is disability. International disease surveillance is for A. Hepatitis, B. Polio, C. TB, D. Leprosy. It is polio. Most important component of level of living is A. Health, B. Education, C. Occupation, D. Housing. Most important component of level of living is health. So the correct option here is A. Health. Attributable risk means A. Fatality of a disease, B. Disease risk ratio between exposed and non-exposed, C is the risk difference between exposed and non-exposed, D. Communicability of disease. It is risk difference between exposed and non-exposed. It is attributable risk. Risk difference between exposed and non-exposed is attributable risk. It is expressed in percentage and gives the extent to which the disease can be attributed to exposure in cohorts. Parkinsonian bias is a type of A. Selection bias, B. Interviewer bias, C. Information bias, D. Recall bias. It is selection bias. Parkinsonian bias is a type of selection bias, or it is a systemic error in the analysis of study that results in mistaken estimate of an exposure effect on risk of disease. Mainly biases are of following type: selection bias. So the correct answer here is A. Selection bias. Please click the link in the description box to join the 2-day Neet PG Breakthrough Blueprint Masterclass. Problem of bias is maximum with A. Cohort study, B. Case study, C. Case control study, D. Experimental study. It is case control study. How to decrease bias from a study design? How will you decrease? Do randomization or blinding? So the correct answer is C. Randomization is done to reduce the A. Recall bias, B. Selection bias, C. Parkinsonian bias, D. Reporting bias. It is selection bias. Secondary attack rate is measure of A. Communicability, B. Lethality, C. Strength of association, D. None. This secondary attack rate is an important measure of communicability. Higher secondary attack rate means more number of susceptible contacts are developing the disease after exposure to primary case. So higher the secondary attack rate, higher is the communicability of disease. One term related to secondary attack rate is attack rate and requires specific mention here. So it is communicability. Trans-ovarian transmission is seen in A. Rickettsial disease, B. Malaria, C. Filaria, D. None. It is rickettsial disease. Trans-ovarian transmission is seen in rickettsial disease. Scrub typhus, rickettsial pox, rickettsia mountain spot fever, acute fever, etc. Post-exposure prophylaxis is indicated in A. HBV, B. Rabies, C. Diphtheria, D. All. It is all. The amount of bleaching powder necessary to disinfect choleric stools is A. 50 gram per liter, B. 75 gram per liter, C. 90 gram per liter, D. 100 gram per liter. It is 50 gram per liter.